plan strategy standpoint, take me through kind of the preparations of this one.
Well, their main player, Alyssa Loudermilk, we really got a key on her, and you saw that in the second half. She got going and really hard to stop. And a lot of those baskets that she was making, we're playing decent defense on her, and she's just making shots. Thankfully, she wasn't that hot the whole game, but so she's a big part of the game plan going in. We got a key on her. The others, we want to play straight up man-to-man defense a lot of the time. Whether we're in zone man, we got to mark up, a couple shooters for them. But offensively, anticipated man-to-man, and then they switch into a little bit of zone here and there. And I thought we did a really good job for the most part, recognizing what they were giving us and taking advantage of it. Really, in the first half, felt we could have converted better inside, but overall, pretty happy.
We started off a little bit slow offensively, stuck at 4 points for, I believe, 4 or 5 minutes. Kind of what was going on during that time in the timeouts? What were you saying?
Well, I think shots are going to fall. That's always you got to have a shooter's mentality, and our shooters did a good job. I know Maggie Ford had a rough night stat-wise, but she had several that were in and out. But that's where our teammates come in. Hannah had a good night. Maggie had a rough night from a statistical point, but she did a really good job defensively at times on Loudermilk, especially in the first half. Maggie had her for a little bit, and so when you're not on, you do things like that. I thought overall we out-rebounded them by 11, I think. That was a key. We wanted to out-rebound them. They're a scrappy team, fight very hard, well coached. We're catching them on the tail end of a long trip, and I think that showed a little bit, but I'm sure they'll be ready for us when we're there.
Hannah, let's go to you. Coach mentioned shots starting to fall. I don't think you missed a shot the entire second half. So what happened? I mean, what was happening in the second half?
I guess I was just feeling it. I was ready to play. I really wanted to give the fans a good game. My mom surprised me, and she showed up, so I wanted to give my mom a good game, and God was good, and the shots were just going in, so I'm thankful.
Offensively, second half, you guys really, it was a while there where we thought Pensacola was going to make a run. They started to make a run. As he mentioned, Loudermilk was getting a little bit hot. But then you guys just seemingly took over from an offensive standpoint. So from your vantage point, what was working offensively?
I think when we just really took our time and just stopped and calmed down and worked together as a team, we started passing good, and just everyone was touching the ball a little bit, and we just kind of calmed down and just played basketball like we know how to.
All right, all the way down to Kendra. Kendra, the coach said real scrappy, kind of physical, which for your game, as you go through the lane, a lot of times meant a lot of nicks and bruises and hits and that kind of thing. So from your perspective, just battling through that, how'd you do that?
Well, obviously I wanted to finish more of those in there than I did, but as I knew I was struggling and it was not open a lot of the times, I tried to look outside as I drove in, dish out. So.
And defensively, you guys really, Courtney and Brianna really did a good job on some of their post players. Just talk about defensively how you guys were able to stop them tonight.
Well, for me, defense was the big thing I was trying to focus on going into this game. I knew that if we could stop them, get them frustrated early, that they weren't making their shots, that would be big for the rest of the game. And I think that's just what we tried to do. So.
Rounding it up, Coach, 5 straight wins now. It's a good way to start. You're undefeated in 2015. So where do we go from here?
Yeah, we're happy to stay that way. I guess we should quit while we're ahead, huh? Retire. We like I tell them all the time, we're on the right track. We just got to keep moving forward or we'll get run over. Keep the bus rolling in the right direction. And the girls have come, prepared. I think took us a little bit first semester to adjust personnel-wise to what we have this year. But I think we're meshing really good. We're in sync. And, I'm sure there's going to be some downtimes where things don't go perfect. But we played really well. It wasn't a perfect game tonight, but we worked really hard, did a lot of little things right, and then had people make baskets at big times, and not just from Hannah or, Kendra had a great game on the boards, and stat-wise, I'm sure she would like a few more shots to fall, but really good job defensively. I think our posts, like you mentioned, our posts did a really good job, and that's maybe we're becoming, I think, recognizing a little more who we are. We have a really good post game, and if they collapse on the post, and then we kick it out and hit outside shots, and just taking things in stride. I think we're maturing as a basketball team, recognizing those situations.